What's going on, everybody? My name's Fliptriq. Welcome to the Trophy Chasers Podcast, episode 19. Here with the new cast member. I don't know if you saw him during our Transistor spoiler cast, but we were joined here with AlexWolfe4,
Hello.
as well as DMC123.
Hello, people.
So, how are y'all doing today? Having a good week?
Good week, man. I felt like I need to go to a confessional after playing Drakengard for the first hour. But other than that, doing great, man.
What does that mean?
It is a bloody mess, is what it means, man. Yes.
I was hoping all the negative things I heard about that game were false.
Well, yeah. I'm happy to talk about it, man. I'm probably not far enough in, but I'm enough to have an opinion. Gosh dog it.
Those trailers looked really good. So
Yeah.
what's the problem?
You know what? There's frame rate issues. The graphics look like they're on the PS2 at sometimes, but you know, I don't care. I can look past all of that stuff. The combat is very fluid. It's almost like Dynasty Wars hack and slash. But you know what? It's just the Final Fantasy cutscenes are pristine, and the blood flows like Kool-Aid. It's just everywhere, and I'm in awe because I know it's coming from Squaresoft, and it just blows my mind. So, fully to all those people who gave it 4 out of 10s. So far, it's a 9 out of 10, and I'll tell you what the rest is when I'm done. By the way, I'm only an hour in.
So you like it or you don't like it? Now I'm
I
confused.
like it so far.
Okay, you just said it was a bloody mess. I thought that was a bad thing.
No, it's a bloody mess, i.e. there's blood everywhere.
Okay, I thought you meant it was a terrible game.
Every time she cuts something, blood goes everywhere. And if it's a CG cutscene, it is... It makes you blush. There's so much blood. I feel like I'm watching a Quentin Tarantino movie.
That's what I was about to say. Is I feel like Tarantino.
Yes, it is, man.
Well, you said you're about an hour into it.
Yeah.
How are the trophies looking?
3 so far. But there's just one. It's one of those things where trophies where each section that you're in before you progress to the next door, there potentially are collectibles there, and you have to clear them out before you go to the next level and the next door. And nothing saves until you get to the end of the stage. So if you miss something, you have to play the entire stage over. So I'm taking my time. Making sure I clean all the areas out before I progress. But other than that, I try to follow the story. It's I don't know how stupid it's going to be, but it's I got Japanese voiceovers, right? And anytime I have Japanese voiceovers, I can care less how stupid the story is. It's pretty awesome to me. So I'm a biased bastard. Yeah. So I'll let you guys know. I should have it done. Hopefully, I'm just notoriously bad these days about completing games, but I should let you guys know next week.
Cool.
Okay.
Anything else you've been playing lately?
Oh man, I played the most awesome game in the world with this guy 2 days ago. It's called
You don't even know. War Thunder?
War Thunder? Yeah, it's so awesome. I suck at it. It's a free-to-play game with PC controls on console.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about War Thunder for a little while. Have you checked this out yet, Alex?
I watched some gameplay after you mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
And it just, I love aerial fighting and it seems really cool, but that's like all it is.
Yeah. It's a pretty basic game. It's basically like Call of Duty in planes. You pick your plane, set up your loadout, go into this fight, and try not to die. It took us, 45 minutes to get set up before we could actually figure out how to start the game.
Yeah,
right?
It was
the menus. It's like they did the bare minimum to get this from PC to PS4. Like no extra effort at all. All the menus, like they used the touchpad on the controller to simulate a mouse. So you actually have to double click the touchpad and like they would a left click on the mouse. It's so frustrating.
Let me tell you, you have to be a PC guru, Alex, in order for you to know how to work this game. So we're just playing. None of us know how to start. For the longest time, I couldn't join. I was never ready to play. Flip is like, okay, why are you not ready, DMC? I'm like, I'm not ready. I don't know. I'm looking. So we switched it up, and I was the leader. Flip came back in, and he now was attempting to be ready, but couldn't be ready. So out of the clear blue sky, of course, this is where the genius savant PC expert comes in. He says, maybe for no apparent reason, I should just type /ready in the command prompt menu of the PS4 console. And what do you know, Alex?
Did it start?
It worked. It worked.
Wow, they really didn't spent a lot of
Yes.
time
Anyway,
putting it
that
over.
was.
Yeah.
Would you say it's like extremely realistic or realistic?
It's really arcadey. Like GTA 5 had more realistic flying controls than this did. I hated it in GTA 5. It was extremely hard to control, but it was more realistic. In this, you just point the cursor with the right thumbstick where you want to go, and your plane flies there. And then the left stick moves your like your cursor, I guess, and let you do, or no, the left stick moves your plane, like you can do barrel rolls and stuff. The right stick just moves the cursor and you aim with that. And it shows you, like, when you get close enough to an enemy plane, it shows you like a little circle in front of them where you're supposed to aim at, so it leads the shots for you.
Yeah, I saw something like that.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like it takes forever to get from point A to point B. Like if you go like bomb an area on your enemy's team or your enemy's your enemy's base, and it's like you have to turn around and go somewhere else, but it takes forever to get to them because the areas are so big.
That's the biggest frustration is every time you spawn, you're way far away way on the other side of the map from anything. So it takes like 5 minutes to get.
Seems like most of the time you're just
enough.
waiting.
Right, it is, and it's really hard. There's no indicator when you're getting shot at, so you can be getting shot at from way behind, and there's really nothing you can do. You just get your wings shot off and hope that they miss. Yeah,
I see.
I don't know. It's all right though. It's not really my style of game. I'm not really into that aviation dogfight stuff, so
it's more fun if it's the complete package, like warfare on the ground, warfare in the sky at the same time, like Battlefield 1943 or something like that.
Yeah, there's also tanks in the game, and they're extremely difficult to drive.
Really?
Yeah, we when DMC and I played, we just did dogfights. I got progressively worse. Like the first game I played, or the second game, I was like number 1 on our team, and then by the time we got to the last game, I was at the very bottom of the list. Whereas DMC was getting progressively better.
How does that work?
I have no idea.
For the last 4 games in a row, Flip kept on asking me, "Hey, you ready to stop?" And I was like, "We can have one more," because he was trying to be nice to me, I believe, because he knew I was ready to go to bed. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know, man. I think you were nice, but at the same time, maybe you were like, "I'm tired of playing this game." I don't know.
Well, it wasn't my style of game, but
no, I don't think it's. You know what? The coolest thing about the game is getting shot at and seeing the hole through your wing, or another plane coming up and clipping half your wing off, and it's just out of control. You're barreling to the earth, and I'm just sitting here saying, "Okay, in about 4 seconds, I'm going to die," and there's nothing you can do about it. I think that's pretty cool. Other than that,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm looking about. And of course, what really made me want to stop playing is when Flip mentioned that there's no trophies.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that. Yep, no trophies, but it's still in beta right now. So,
do you think they can update it to have trophies? Because that's what they did with
Warframe.
Warframe, yeah.
Warframe.
It's in the same boat right now. It's still in still in its beta. It's not like officially released, so
okay.
Maybe they might add trophies later on. I hope not, because I don't really want to play it anymore.
Yeah.
But there's some potential that it could show up eventually.
All right.
So.
By the way, there's a hashtag "We Don't Like Watch Dogs" team going on right now, and I just want to say that I belong to that team.
Yeah. I played a lot more Watch Dogs. Finished up the story this past week.
And you loved it.
I
absolutely
thought it was actually really, really dull story. Probably one of Ubisoft's worst stories. I thought they could have done a lot better with it. I was expecting from Act 1, I thought it was really good. I thought it was going to be like a digital hacking style of like a story along the lines of Taken is what I was expecting. Not at all what we got. We got involved in like gang wars and government hierarchies and all kinds of crazy nonsense that didn't really make sense. Lots of loopholes in order to keep things spoiler free. I can't really say a whole lot more, but it doesn't really. There wasn't a very good flow to the story, and it has way more lows than highs. So yeah, that's the story. It's pretty simple. There's a few missions that are a little more difficult than others, but overall it's a decent game. It was fun to play. Like I said last week, it's missing a few of the like staple mechanics of a third-person shooter to me. Like you can't shoot in vehicles, you can't blind fire. The camera is really weird. The driving's really stiff. It's little things like that, but the hacking and stuff was pretty cool. Setting up traps for everybody to walk into, that was fun. So That's pretty much that. Aside from that, there's way too much side stuff. There's like, what, 300 side missions you have to do?
Oh,
So
really?
much, so much. Yeah. Tons and tons of extra stuff. I've got most of it done. I just have like 15 left. And then there's one trophy that's probably going to hold me back from the platinum.
Is it social lubricant?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
how you doing with that, Alex?
I got that trophy right after our last streaming session. So
And he was very quick to rub it in and take a
Yep.
screenshot and
I
send
took
it
a
to me.
screenshot and I sent it to Fliptriq, and I was like, "Yeah, that trophy."
Hey, so on a rating from 1 to 10, obviously 10 being difficult, how difficult is social lubricant?
It's a 10. I don't think you'll be able to do it.
It's not difficult for me.
I don't know
guess
how he did it. I've been trying. It's so time consuming and so frustrating, ridiculously hard.
To me, it was more time consuming than frustrating. It just wasn't frustrating to me. You just gotta focus, and if you're having a hard time, take a break and come back to it, and you'll do really good. It's kind of how it is with just games in general. Take a break.
Sounds like it's a death mode type of trophy to me.
It is. It's really similar to that, but it's way harder. And
if you like rhythm games and stuff like that, which I play,
see, but it's not because sometimes it's so
like
random.
battle.
Sometimes the stick is super sensitive, and you just have to move it a little bit. It shoots across the screen. Other times you have to like force the stick into the little circle you're trying to line it up with. It's just, and each time you go back, it seems like it's different. It's very frustrating, and I hate it. And it's way too long. It should not be 10 rounds per.
You're
level.
right. You're right about that. 10 rounds for all three guys. It's just, and each round it can last a while. And if you fail, it's like you have to do it over again. It really just, after a while, you just want to like just forget about it. Stop playing.
Frustrating.
Oh my
But
goodness.
if you get past that, you can definitely get it. I believe in you. You will get that trophy. You will get that
Yeah.
platinum.
I don't know. I
Just
don't know if I
gotta
ever
try.
want to. Like, at this point, I'm just fed up with it. And then you get to the bar, and like a crime breaks out, like way on the other side of the map, and you have to run over to that to trigger that before you can activate the drinking game.
Wow, I
That's
didn't even run
frustrating.
into that.
That happens to me on a
terrible.
regular basis. The crime is like, you can't even see it on the mini map. It's that far away. And then you go up to the guy, who's like, not available. And you have no idea why. It doesn't tell you why. And then you go trigger this crime and get that over with and come back. And then finally you can do it. It's very frustrating. So, I don't know. Cody's been in the stream while I've been playing Murdered Soul Suspect, and he's been talking about how frustrated he is with that too. So,
Is it frustrating? I was looking forward to that. I hope it's not bad.
no,
That's what I wanted to play after Watch Dogs.
about the social lubricant trophy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can get into Murdered Soul Suspect a little bit. This is probably one step above Telltale's point-and-click adventure games. It's not super advanced. It's basically a collectible hunt. All of the trophies are collectible related. That's basically all you're doing. The story's really good. That's its only saving grace. Is the story is actually intriguing. It's
Really?
getting me to want to finish the game. Just see where they're going with that. But it's riddled with glitches. So many glitches. Like, I don't know. A lot of them are game breaking. There'll be times where I talk to an NPC and they just stare at me. Nothing gets said. Nobody's doing anything. And the game, you can't progress past that because you can't back out of the conversation. And you're just stuck. So you have to restart the checkpoint, and that sets you back because the checkpoint system's not very friendly either. It sets you way back. And you have no idea what you've done, what you haven't done, because some of the stuff saves, some of the stuff doesn't. I still have yet to figure out what does and doesn't save as we go. So it's it's frustrating. The combat, there is combat in there. You fight little demons that come to attack you while you're a ghost. But it's just a quick time event. You have to walk up to them. The camera has to be exactly aligned so that the enemy is centered in the screen. If they're on the screen and you're right next to them, it doesn't matter your character position. It matters the camera control. The enemy has to be perfectly centered in the screen. You hold R2 and it shows you like a direction and a button you have to press. And you press that real quick and that you like rips the demon apart and turns into fireworks. And that's the extent of the combat.
I was completely under a different impression. I thought there was going to be like fighting, like maybe a ghost gun that you could use to shoot him or something.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth the $60, but I'd say it's worth a rental for the story alone if you can get past all these glitches and frustration. But like I said, this all the trophies are collectible related. There's 242 different collectibles. If you buy the game, it comes with a digital strategy map that shows you all the collectibles on a map, but the map isn't very accurate. There's no in-game map at all, and there's no tracker as to which collectibles you have and haven't gotten, aside from the total
that's
number.
the worst.
Right.
That's
it doesn't show you
bad.
like on a level basis. It shows you on like a category. Like it'll tell you how many of each of the things you've gotten, but that's scattered across the entire game.
Man,
So,
that stinks.
yeah.
Have to keep track yourself.
Yep. And you can follow the collectible guide, but like I said, it's not very accurate. Sometimes the collectibles aren't on the map. The map doesn't match up with the environment very well. There's a graveyard, and there's certain islands in the graveyard that you have to go out to, and the islands aren't in the right order, so the map doesn't match up with the game. And sometimes the collectibles are shown in different spots. So I'm just using the map as like a checklist for the most part. Like when I get something, I'll check it off just so I can kind of keep track of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But there's no new game plus. Once you go in, there's a certain point. The very last chapter of the game is the point of no return. If you go into that, you can't go back and get collectibles. So if you missed anything, you have to play a second time. But
All the way
that's-
through, like you'd have to recollect everything, even if
Right.
you already got it before.
Yep. So make sure you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's one level that's just. It almost feels like an ad for Square Enix. You walk into the police station, and every computer in the police station, every single one of them, they're all playing Deus Ex Human Revolution. They're Just Cause posters plastered on all the walls.
Oh man.
By the way, still one of my top 2 games of this gen. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. Like I said, it's good for the story. The story's really good, but everything else is pretty terrible. It's probably going to get reduced in price very soon, so I'd wait for a price drop if you aren't able to rent it, but definitely not worth the $60 price tag.
Man. Now I don't want to play it yet.
Right?
Maybe I'll wait till they patch it or something.
What else have we been playing? Pixel Junk Shooter.
Have you
That came out
started
this
that?
week. I have. I had never played it on the PS3. It looks good. It's kind of boring. The online doesn't work. It kicks you out of games more often than it connects you.
Oh.
But the graphics, I saw some gameplay from the PS3 version, and the graphics look a million times better.
Really? Because it was almost cartoony shell shade.
Well, it still is. It's just it looks a lot better now. Unless it was, I was watching a terrible.
It's just more
video.
crisp
Right.
on the PS4. Yeah.
It's a lot more.
That's
refined.
it's always beautiful.
Yep. I'm not very far into it though, but there's lots of online trophies. I think you have to win 5 online games in a row, and that's the one that people are having trouble with because it's hard to get 5 games in a row because if you get removed from a game, if it disconnects you, that counts as a loss. So it doesn't count as that 5 in a row, and no one's been able to find a workaround for that yet. But other than that, everything's kind of doable. Just make sure you don't miss any of the treasures as you're playing through the game, and you rescue all the survivors, and you should be good.
Did you want to mention the trophies? How they all have like references.
Oh, I don't have the list in front of me, but yes. Most of the trophies. I love creative trophy lists like this. Most of the trophies here all have references to various pop culture things. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I remember one of them was,
My precious.
yeah, there's My Precious. There's the Chamber of Secrets for finding a secret area. Just
Something from
uh,
what was it? Moby Dick, you said? Or...
from Hell's Heart, I stab at thee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one of them.
What was I thinking?
I think the Vita trophy list is different than the PS4 list. Yeah, it is. That's weird.
You know, the trophy art is pretty
Oh,
darn.
that was no. I was looking
well.
at Pixel Junk Monsters. That's why. Okay.
Oh.
I know there's one from. Let's see if I can find it real quick. You're a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. From Toy Story. One giant leap, one small step. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. For winning 5 league battles in a row. Double 11, which is the name of the company. For playing the game at 11:11, which it has to be AM, not PM. That caused issues with people.
That's the classic Batman Arkham City time trick. You can just change the time on your PS4.
You can do that, yes. But if you want to get it legit, it has to be 11:11 a.m. because I guess they're going off a 24-hour clock.
Who's gonna know? I guess you can find out, but go ahead.
Everyone's going to know when the timestamp doesn't match up.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
That's pretty much the only ones that kind of jump out at me. Most of these are references I don't really understand. So, the Cave of Wonders, no stone unturned. It's only a flesh wound. Very interesting trophy list. I like when trophy lists are creative like that. So, and I also played Wolf Among Us episode 4. Sort of played it, whatever you want to consider that. I watched it. I let it run, I guess. Very short, as the trend has been going. Well,
this kind of broke the mode of the short trends. The game was so short, so non-involved. I mean, you were essentially watching a cartoon at this point.
Right.
And by far the most disappointing Telltale game I've ever played. I'm almost would have preferred that they didn't even release it, that they just held back on it for another month or two. And
do you remember episodes used to be 2.5 hours long?
You know what? It should be, gosh dog. It should be.
Mm-hmm. This one was what I think an hour and 20 minutes is what it clocked in for with me.
Did it really?
Yeah.
This quickest hour and 20 minutes ever.
Yep. Mm-hmm. As far as trophies, this time you don't have to play it twice. You actually can get all of the, what do they call them? The Fable stories. You can get all those in one run as long as you come up to a choice where you want to go to the butcher shop or the pawn shop. Just go to the butcher shop first and make sure you look at the pin cushion. It's in one of the jewel cases.
Yep.
If you do that, you'll get all the other Fables. You don't have to play the game twice. So.
Yep. The only redeemable quality of this particular episode is.
Yeah. Like I was saying before the show, my biggest complaint with this is I thought it was gonna be like a murder mystery. That's what it seemed like they set it up for at the beginning in episode 1. That's when they had my attention. Everything was great. I was really looking forward to the next episode, and then they slowly went away from that, and now you have this like mafia group that's kind of running the city, and you're trying to put an end to it, and they've got all these people who are getting involved that shouldn't be, and you're trying to make sure that they don't get themselves killed. It's just not turning out to what I expected, and the gameplay keeps getting more and more less and less involved, like you were saying earlier. So,
yeah, the this is not a. I don't even know if this particular episode deserves a spoiler cast, but I can tell you this.
Right.
The only satisfying moment I had in that entire game is at the very end when you're confronted with whomever you're confronted with. There's an option of what you should do, and gosh dog it, I pulled out a cigarette because I just. Man, I'm very disappointed. So I am. If the goal was to lower our expectations to such a degree that we're just going to explode with happiness at how awesome this next episode is, then they have succeeded. Gosh dog it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably not the case, but
we'll
see what happens. It's making me less excited about Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
they even tried to hype me up again by announcing that Nolan North is one of the voice actors.
Oh man!
But I don't know if that's gonna be enough. I don't know if I want to play it. So. But that's all I played. Is there anything else you guys have played lately? This past week? Lots of Watch Dogs, War Thunder, Pixel Junk Shooter.
Yeah, I think you got me, man. Game of Thrones, and now Drinking Guard as well. That's about it. And unfortunately for us, I think stuff is going to get real hairy after tomorrow. So with respect to games to play, after next week.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to get it in this weekend. What about you, Alex?
Just Watch Dogs for me, and I did play some J-Stars Victory Versus with some friends. But I already planned that a long time ago. I just play it on and off. So yeah, I've been busy. Got a swollen ankle the other day. Just woke up with it, so it's like I didn't get to play Watch Dogs for a while that day because I had to go to the doctor and whatnot. So I'm still on that game, and I kind of just like to focus on one game at a time. But
yeah,
I did want to go to Murdered Soul Suspect after Watch Dogs, and I'm looking at some other games too.
Awesome, man. Well, what you did do though is you became the envy of the internet, and you got the social lubricant trophy. So how awesome is that?
That is pretty awesome.
We all envy you. Yes. So aside from everything we talked about, well, now you're there. Here we go. Now you're fixed. Okay. Aside from everything we talked about, the other new releases for the week, we have 1001 Spikes, which is like a puzzle platformer that looks ridiculously, insanely hard. You have 1001 lives to get through the game, and that's it. And
interesting.
Yes, I'm very intrigued. I want to play it. I'm probably going to play that tonight. I only have like an hour or two left in Murdered Soul Suspect, but I might hold off until tomorrow and finish it up then. Because I want to check out this 1001 Spikes. And also Constant C on the PS3. It looks a lot like Stealth Inc. if you played that on the PS3 or the Vita last year, I think is when it came out. Almost the exact same art style, same environment look, but this time you're like, time is stopped for everything except for your character, and he has this like time bubble around him. So you go up to platforms and stuff, and there's like boxes and crates that are falling that are frozen in time. You have to use your circle around your character to make him move. And there's also like moving platforms that only move when you're close enough to him. And then there's also like gravity shifts that you can do. So it looks really interesting. It looks pretty cool. So it's another.
If it's like Hotline Miami difficulty, you'll probably end up losing all those lives.
Oh, this is Constant C. 1001 Spikes is something different.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. So those came out. There's also a demo for EA Sports UFC. I didn't check that out at all because I don't care about that. Then PlayStation Plus. They said last week or the week before that the 6 games were coming out in June, but I guess June they're kind of like slowly easing their way into it. The games that got released on PlayStation Plus were Trying to Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate on the PS4 and Vita, NBA 2K14 on the PS3, and then I guess next week or the week after we should get Sly 4 on the PS3, as well as Terraria and Mutant Mudds Deluxe on the Vita. And then from July on, every month, all 6 games will swap out.
And they have a new setup now, like 2 games for PS3, 2 games for PS4, and 2 games for Vita every month.
Right.
So
they're kind of phasing their way into that this month, and then from this point forward, it'll swap out every month. And there's also a RPG flash sale going on in PSN.
Yay.
Thought we could showcase that a little bit. We've done this for every other time there's been a flash sale, so show everybody's opinion on
Alex, no excuse coming up for you, sir. There is something that's on the cheap.
Ni no Kuni, $5. Yeah, I saw that. But dude, I have to have the physical copy. When I saw that, I felt like you'd say something to me.
So we've got Dark Souls 2 for $39, South Park for $42, Final Fantasy X and X-2, $10 off on both Vita and PS3. It seems like there's always one of these Altair Isha games every single time there's a flash sale. But Alchemist of the Dusk Sky, $25. Tokiden, The Age of Demons on Vita for $19. Conception, Make Those Star Babies, $30. Tales of Grace's F, Kingdoms of Amalur, I think was $5. Mass Effect Trilogy is actually
good game.
Pretty good sale, $15.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur is pretty good. The combat was really fun, but everything, the story was not.
Everybody
really
go sorcery in that. It's just epic. Comments.
I used the chakrams, those little like discs that they threw out.
Me too, man. Oh,
those were so much fun.
Combos and stuff. Oh.
Right.
Just beautiful.
Dragon Age Origins, $4.99. I think I'll have to pick that up. Get ready for Inquisition.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni for $5. Demon Souls was $10. I got that on Plus a while ago. Same with Dark Age, or Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Tales of Xillia for $20.
Okay.
Soul Sacrifice, I don't know what the price was. That was free on PS Plus as well a while back. Then all the Mass Effect DLC for Mass Effect 3 and Kingdoms of Amalur DLC. So, lots of good stuff on sale.
Yeah, there's some stuff out there that's still pretty expensive. I know Tokiden, I would wait for that to go down some more. But amazing, really, how cheap Ni no Kuni is. I mean, I know they crushed their budget, and they certainly made a profit. I guess they're just trying to get whomever else hasn't picked it up yet on a whim.
People like me.
Well, retail is only $20, so.
I think the lowest I've ever seen it on sale digitally is like $10. So I guess $5 more isn't that much.
Yeah, it's a fantastic deal.
So that's everything that's gotten released. That's everything we've been playing lately. We get into the news. You would think the week or 4 days before E3, there'd be no news at all. But it seems like this week we have more news than we have for the past 2 months. So much to talk about here. The most devastating of the bunch. Batman Arkham Knight delayed until 2015. Fliptriq's super sad about that. Everybody has been asking me how I felt about this, and my answer has always been I'm okay with it, but I am also very sad. 2 reasons I'm okay with it. One, if any game needs polish time, I'm okay. They can take as much time as they need as long as they don't cancel my game. I'm good. I would have liked Batman to come out this year, but we've got 15 other games, so I would prefer they chose any other one on that list to delay till 2015, but it's not like we won't have anything to play. Have you seen the list for October?
It is definitely crazy. And right now, I don't know what I'm going to do because there's really 2 games that are competing with each other for me personally, and that's Dragon Age Inquisition and the Shadow of Mordor game.
Right.
And they're butting heads right now. And
You got the same day for those.
And in my heart, I know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to be Inquisition that I'm going to play.
Right.
So it's tough for me. It's real tough because I'm I want to enjoy Shadow of Mordor with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how I can resist.
Dragon Age.
I am drinking a cup of coffee at 1:00 in the morning on whatever day that thing comes out, and I'm not sleeping for the next 48 hours for
Right.
Inquisition. That's and if it sucks, I'm going to throw up on myself.
It's gonna be a crazy month. Let's go through the list.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, also 2 games just got added to this list today. Actually, Costume Quest 2 is coming out in October.
I'm excited for that. I love the first one. Play it. It's amazing.
As well as Borderlands, the pre-sequel, got announced for October 14th. So 2 more games got added when they took away Batman. But we've got Skylanders Trap Team, Alien Inquisition, Dragon Age Inquisition, or Alien Isolation, I'm sorry, Dragon Age Inquisition, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, Samurai Warriors 4, The Evil Within, Drive Club, NBA Live 15, NBA 2K15, WWE 2K15, then Borderlands Costume Quest. You know Assassin's Creed is going to come out that month because it's always like the 30th or the 31st every year. So that's going to be there. And Battlefield Hardline is more than likely, they always try to get that out before Call of Duty, so more than likely that'll come out in October as well. So that is 14 games that are coming out in October.
Incredible.
And you know what? E3 is on Monday.
And we'll probably get more.
So there's so much cannibalization in October, that you would think that developers and publishers would think a little bit better about when they release games. There's just simply not that much dollars to go around. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Or time. Gee whiz.
Yep.
Start setting money aside for all those games.
Yeah.
Get a game piggy bank.
Luckily, my birthday is right around. It's October 6th, so right in between Skylanders and Middle Earth. It's my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
My birthday is October 31st. So.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween, baby.
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
A couple other announcements. Mortal Kombat X. So Mortal Kombat 10 was announced. I don't know if we're calling it Mortal Kombat X or if we're calling it Mortal Kombat 10. I'm assuming X, but I have no idea what it's.
They said that it doesn't stand for a number, so it is Mortal Kombat X. Yes.
But it does stand for a number because it's the 10th in the series.
Yes, but X itself does mean 10, but that's not what they were going for. And I had a feeling that's not what they were.
Well, they have to have been going for that because that's the 10th game in the series.
So
Well, maybe it's a double meaning. Maybe it's
it
like
means
10,
it
but
means
also-
Mortal Kombat Bernard Hopkins, right? So he used to do that all the time. I had no idea. If they say it doesn't mean the number, then I guess it's X hits the spot. I have no idea. But they,
Maybe it's like how, Dragon Ball Z, they just put in the Z to make it sound cooler, but maybe it's like Mortal Kombat X.
So thank goodness for
cooler.
Jen Tama for explaining that to me. Whenever you want an anime to get hyped up for the next iteration, add a letter to it.
Because we had Mortal Kombat in 92, and then there's Mortal Kombat 2, and then Mortal Kombat 3, and then we had Mortal Kombat 4 was in 97, then Deadly Alliance, then Deception, Armageddon, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, then Mortal Kombat 9, which came out 2011. So this would be Mortal Kombat 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I just counted 12.
How did you count 12?
I picked it up after 6. Yeah, maybe I'm I screwed it
What?
up.
What?
I screwed it up. Maybe I screwed it up.
So there's the first 4, and then Deadly Alliance was 5, Deception was 6, came out in 2005, Armageddon was 7, DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat was 8, then Mortal Kombat 9 was Mortal Kombat 9, and now we have X, so 10. Not 12, it's 10.
Aren't the developers and stuff of Mortal Kombat known to be kind of trollish, though? So, I mean, maybe they just want to confuse everybody. I don't know.
I don't know. Other announcements, we've got Terraria coming to PS4 and Vita later this year. It's probably around the same time, probably like a couple weeks before Terraria 2, because that's supposed to come out this year as well. And it should be cross-save, from what I heard. Same with Ollie Ollie.
Always a good thing.
It was only on Vita. Now it's coming to PS3 and PS4 later this year, and they said that would be cross-buy. Went through the Costume Quest thing. Dark Souls 2 got DLC announced. Did you hear about that, DMC? Bet you're excited about that one.
Hell, I'm happy playing it.
July 22nd, we have The Crown of the Sunken King. August 26th is The Crown of the Old King. And September 24th is The Crown of the Ivory King.
Yeah, you know what? Good for them, B team. Right now, I am going to turn down the volume and run around my room 5 times when they announce what the real name for Project Beast is, because that's all I'm looking forward to.
And that's just this DLC.
Well, I hope.
This DLC is Project Beast.
Oh, man.
Then I'll weep. I'll weep in front of all of you. That gets announced and a release for this year. How awesome is that, right? So, no, I'm pretty much done with Dark Souls 2. I can't. They made me play it 3 times, and to get the plat, and I just can't. I can't gratify them with the DLC purchases. They need to learn a lesson.
So you're not gonna play this DLC? Is that what you're saying?
Heck no, I'm not playing it. No.
Wow. What?
I can't do it. I cannot do it. I think what they did was egregious. I don't care. I can live in that world in a single playthrough for as long as I need to get
play the
whatever
DLC
trophies.
3 times. You only have to play that once.
It doesn't matter. They make me play the whole game a second time.
They burn you out.
They make me play the whole game a third time to get just 2 pieces of magic that you can only get in your 3rd New Game Plus for you to get the plat that you didn't need in your first game or your second game or your 3rd one because you get it at the very end. And I just thought that was just unnecessary prolongation of gameplay that the developer should have known better. And I cannot reward them with any money. Listen to me, From Software. Don't do that again. So.
Well, if you change your mind, it's $9.99 for each of those packs. Or a season pass for $25.
Thank you for that, Flip. Just in case I change my mind.
You're a resident Souls player. You've got to get on this and let me know how it is.
Don't make me buy that game again, man. I'm trying to be strong, and you're trying to make me weak.
Get it.
But thank you for the information. I know, right?
More announcements. We're still not done with announcements. Homefront: The Revolution announced for 2015. I don't know if you played the first Homefront, but that was a pretty interesting shooter.
What's the big deal, right? So when this was announced that it was coming out for PS4 as well. Right. Was this a Microsoft exclusive the last time it was released?
No, it was on.
Yeah.
It was cross-platform.
I thought it was because I remember it being on sale for something.
I had the PS3 disc, so.
Gosh, I don't know why everybody was going crazy. Like, oh my goodness, it's not exclusive. Like it was somehow rumored to be exclusive.
Probably because THQ went out of business and no one thought it was coming back. That's probably what it was.
But it got purchased by. Okay, all right.
So, anyway, this game takes place in 2025 with America in ruins after it was invaded by North Korea in the first game. And you don't play as a soldier, you play as just a normal dude in Philadelphia, and you have to start an uprising with your crew and take over North Korea. So it sounds pretty cool. Homefront: The Revolution 2015.
Oh, you got a crew in the overtaken America, and you're going to go take over North Korea. Gosh, dog it. It's the baddest crew.
It sounds like it's going to be really stealthy because you don't have, you're not some trained military vet. You're just a normal dude from the way they sold it.
Freaking Jack Bauer is who you are. That's amazing. I'm going to go to North Korea. I'm not going to take back America. I'm going to take over North Korea and stop this thing from the source. It's awesome. Okay. I might be excited about that, but go ahead.
The thing I like about Homefront is those games could actually really happen rather than this futuristic crazy Call of Duty stuff, this game, like Homefront, could actually be a thing. So
Well,
I think that's always cool.
I'd like to add, Flip, that I would vote for Kevin Spacey for president. So
Okay.
that could happen too.
All right,
Go ahead.
fair enough. Got a couple more stories. That game company received $7 million from investors for the next project. Their quote about this was, "With this new investment, our studio is able to scale up development efforts and focus on making the best game possible in the same spirit as Flow, Flower, and Journey. We'll also begin laying the infrastructure to help self-publish and distribute on our own terms for the next project and beyond." I think that means they're going cross-platform.
Big one cross-platform. But good for them. I mean, if they think that it's going to make more money, I mean, $7 million isn't a lot of money. And they seem to be a very small, very efficient and scalable developer. Their games are never overtly complex, but certainly tight. So I wish them the best, man. Absolutely.
Yep.
And as long as they can, and the key thing is publish on their own terms, right? And so they don't fall into the trap that Insomniac did with Overstrike, changing into Fuse. So that's I like to hear that.
Yep. People in the chat are talking about the PS4, PS Vita bundle. I heard about that. Picture got leaked via Twitter.
Yep.
Picture of a Best Buy ad. $560 for the Vita and the PS4, which is like... How much is a Vita right now? Isn't it 150?
Yeah, like you're not getting anything special from the bundle.
Right, you were actually paying $10 more for the bundle. So that confused me.
It must come with the extra controller.
It doesn't.
I think it's mostly for like the casual parents. Like they don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about like, okay, what's this, what's that. It's like it's all in one, and the kid can just be like, hey, I want that,
Unless the Vita's $200, and there was just some sale I saw for the $150 Vitas, but I'm pretty sure they're $150, and that kind of confuses me as why
the Vita was like two something when it first came out. Yeah,
right.
So I think it is 140 right now.
I don't know. But $560, according to the Best Buy ad. Who knows if it's true or not? Probably is. We'll find out in 4 days. And Walking Dead Seasons 1 and 2 and The Wolf Among Us coming to PS4. No release date, but they're all getting a disc release. You gonna play through those again? You excited? I think if I had a disc for The Wolf Among Us and I was able to play the whole thing back to back, I probably would enjoy it more, because in Episode 4, characters keep showing up that I have no idea who they are. It happens every time I play a new episode of The Wolf Among Us. Because like I said, they don't develop the characters very well. They did in Walking Dead Season 1, but everything else seems like there's no effort for development.
I think I would play The Walking Dead over on the PS4. It just sucks that The Walking Dead doesn't give us the platinum option that we all hoped it did from Season 1. So
we don't think it will. There's still a chance that it might, just very unlikely.
You talked me. You talked me back into a hole, man.
Right, I'm holding the ground and saying it's not going to have a platinum, but we don't know for sure.
And
now if it's getting a disc release now, there's a higher chance that it might, but I still don't know.
I don't think I'll play The Walking Dead on the PS4, but I'll definitely do The Wolf Among Us. I just want to see if it runs better, just like...
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Hopefully it runs. But I guess the PC version has the same issues the PS3 version does. So.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Walking Dead from The Wolf Among Us seems like it would be an absolutely beautiful game from a color palette perspective on the PS4.
Mm-hmm. Apparently those cel-shaded cutscenes are too hard to render. We have to have all these frame rate drops.
Even on the PS4, I'd be surprised. I mean, I guess if it can't happen on PC, then PS4 doesn't really stand.
Telltale, a.k.a. great story writers, horrible developers.
Great story writers. When Robert Kirkman's writing with them.
There you go.
That's all I have for news. Oh, Killzone Shadowfall to get retro maps and map pack. I don't know what that means.
Well, that means that some of the maps from the Killzone, I think 2, is it's going to make their way over, which is great, because I think that was my favorite. No, Killzone 3 was my favorite Killzone.
Does that have to do with the jetpack that I saw in some trailer a while ago? Okay.
Yeah.
And
I think of Titanfall. Here's the thing. So because Killzone 3 got its Titans, they got its mechs, and they got its jetpacks, right? And no one cared. Titanfall has mechs and jetpacks, and everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, the world has changed before our eyes. It's so awesome." So I think they're just saying, "Hey, remember us? We had jetpacks and Titans too," and so they're finally releasing it.
Yeah, I've never played Killzone.
You never. It actually such a fantastic. When you don't know who you are or who you're trying to be, you will lose whoever you hope to be. Killzone 1 and Killzone 2 had a weightiness and a grit towards the first person contact that was awesome. When you had a heavy gun, you moved around slowly. You felt the girth of it. You walked and you felt the weight of your character. It was pretty awesome. A lot of Call of Duty people hated it with a passion. Said it's too slow and sluggish. No, it was exactly what it was intending to be. Killzone 3, less than a little bit, but you still felt that same feel, man. It was a wonderful first-person shooter. Killzone Shadowfall, I swear, you're playing Call of Duty with super fantastic graphics on the PS4 underneath a different name. And it just bugged me out to nope. I just lost all interest of playing it, man. The single player was awesome. I was going to platinum the game, and I realized that I needed to grind with a buddy for about 2 years to get all the multiplayer trophies, and then I could be rewarded with the plat. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to do it. So, all right, lesson number 2 for you, Guerrilla Games: never make multiplayer a burden. Just don't. And then people will love your game and they'll platinum and happy. The platinum community demands this. Don't do that.
I think Uncharted did it best, where you just had to play a game.
That's it, man. I love the way, it's Naughty Dog as a whole. What they did with all the Uncharted games and what they did with The Last of Us, I thought was perfect. I thought it was. You didn't like it?
The Last of Us did the same thing. You have to win a map on each game.
Yeah,
or a game on each map.
That's a good thing, though.
Hold on, then you have to not die and get 3 kills in a row on each map.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
That's what you have to do now, probably. You didn't have to do that for the other one.
Well, not for the platinum, but for the DLC.
Okay, yeah, I don't care about that. It's the platinum requirements. It's the platinum requirements that I care about.
Okay, well, it's going to be a platinum requirement on the PS4 more than that.
I hope not, man. I'm gonna spit hot fire like that rapper, but he's not a rapper. But yeah, so I hope not, man. Otherwise, I'm gonna have one of you guys go on the other side. It's my enemy, and I'm just gonna say, please let me shoot you both, and it'll work out that way, I guess.
Okay, so that actually went a lot faster than I thought it would. We had a ton of news. We just plowed through that. So new releases for next week. It's going to be a pretty slow week. Enemy Front, no idea what that is. It's like some military shooter. That I know nothing more than that. Coming to PS3. And How to Train Your Dragon 2, also coming to PS3.
Just what I need.
Yeah.
Woo! To mount my trophy comeback.
Hold on, I don't know. How to Train Your Dragon 1, the first one, I never played it, but I remember when it came out. It was right when I was getting into achievements on my Xbox, and there was this guy who was like a super hardcore achievement hunter, and he was playing How to Train Your Dragon at the time, and there was one trophy, I don't know what you had to do, I don't know what the requirements were, I don't even know the name of the trophy, but he said this was the hardest trophy he's ever played in a kid's game, and it was infuriating. So we might see that again in How to Train Your Dragon 2. He said there's no way that a kid would be able to do that.
You know,
I heard that there was something like that in Brave too.
Well,
I don't know what it was, but
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Brave. I applied at Brave.
Okay.
And the issue with Brave is there is this one boss fight. He's not even the last boss fight, but when you're playing on the hardest difficulty, you have to almost trick the boss and get back into the corner of the semicircle to defeat him by just running back and forth within a 4-inch panel, so he wouldn't hit you. It's so stupid, and the difficulty spike is so great there that it makes you rage. I almost rage quit right at that very moment. The final boss was more easy than that, and so that's what a lot of people complain about. But it's something that you can get through. There is no if I had a video capture card, I would show my strategy, but there's no real strategy on how to beat them. Everybody says, just keep on trying. Just don't give up. Like, I don't want to hear that. So I'm over here trying to find the glitch. I mean, it's a freaking kid's game. There's got to be something glitchy. And I found it. I was just very happy about it. So
I still want to play this game. I remember playing the demo at Best Buy when the game first came out, and I thought it was really cool. And I just never got around to playing it.
Yeah, man. So I try to reward myself for some of these games quite often, and I got so many plats that are 99% finish, or almost virtual plats that almost plat. I just got to do some crazy long hard task to get it, and every time I do one of those games, I reward myself with a super easy plat, and I just haven't been able to plat anything lately. But I got these between Drakengard and the Game of Thrones. Maybe I'll treat myself to something easy again. Maybe it'll be How to Train Your Dragon 2. So we'll see.
Look at that statue. Cody's showing the Witcher 3 Collector's Edition.
Yes, so awesome. Yes.
Oh man, I want that.
Yes. Let me tell you something. There's very few games that are as beautiful and adult, and I don't mean tell the kids to go to bed adult. I mean you're a grown person. People die. People get their head thrown in. Sometimes boobies flash. Nobody says, "Oh my goodness!" It's just a real game. The Witcher is a fantastic series. So that's another game I'm highly looking forward to. So when it comes out in 2015, that might be one of my other coffee nights where I just fix a pot and just be ready to stay up for 48 hours straight.
I'll have to play it. I've never played a Witcher game. Witcher 2 is only on 360, so I stayed away.
Okay, well, you can play it on the PC. It's available on Steam for very cheap.
Yeah, but there's no trophies.
Oh yeah, well, there's Steam achievements.
You want me to play The
Trophies
Witcher
are
2?
better,
You want me to play
that.
The Witcher 2 for Steam achievements, but you won't play Bastion.
I'm going to play Bastion.
Are you?
I have to have my gaming PC. It's been broken now, going on 6 months. I'm just waiting for the right CPU to come down to the right cost.
Excuses.
Yeah, I know, right? Excuses are awesome. I'm playing Bastion, guys. Dog it. You don't have to worry about that. I'm a fan.
So good. The only thing left we have to talk about is trophy stats. Ready for this?
Predictions too? Or...
Oh, yes, that's more important. Let's do that first. Okay.
Yay!
So, a while back we talked about our E3 predictions, and Alex wasn't part of the show, but he will be joining us on the E3 stream. So it's fair for everybody. We're going to let him talk about his E3 predictions. We're going to do it in the same format that we did the first time, where I'm just going to read off one of mine, then I'll read off one of DMC's, and then Alex will give me his. And we'll just go through the list of all 6. So, to start things off, I said Oculus Rift will have a release date announced. It'll be $300, a $300 price point, give or take 50. And then DMC's first prediction was Grand Theft Auto 5 announced for new-gen consoles. So what is your first prediction for E3?
My first prediction is an Infamous Second Son DLC trailer, and I think it'll have a mode like an Infamous 2 where you create your own missions and you can play missions that others have created. Yeah, but it would kind of like beef up the game, like after you've done everything. If you don't want to just go fight random DUP guys, maybe like do a fixed mission.
See,
and
gosh, if they add trophies to that, I'm gonna have to go rebuy Infamous.
Me too.
This sucks, man.
Me too.
Second Son. You know that, right? In that sense, I don't want your prediction to come true, Alex.
Unless they do it the same way they did with Infamous 2, where it's like a standalone DLC.
Because
they might
then
do
you
that.
will want it. Because it's awesome. Okay, so I'm hoping for water, but I think it's going to be Peyton graffiti powers. And I think the story is going to be something like a conduit just got his powers, and he's leaving marks all over the city, and Delson's wondering if it's intentional or accidental. So
hold on. I just bumped my head with extreme joy because Cody just typed something about Fetch DLC. Dude, I will buy Second Son for $60 to play a freaking Fetch DLC. But only the good Fetch, because the bad Fetch was kind of douchey. Good Fetch, man, I'll buy the game all over. So anyway, yes. Now, instead of I don't want it to come true, I really want your prediction to come true,
So you want
Alex.
to play as Fetch?
I don't have to play as Fetch. I just want to go eat. I want to go drink coffee with Fetch. I just...
Okay. So it's the DLC just drinking coffee with Fetch?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right.
Good Fetch, though. Good Fetch.
And I think Delson, is going to search for this conduit and like help them control their power or something like that. And there will be missions where there's blast cores and blast shards, so you can like max out the power. And that's my first prediction.
The most detailed
I would love to see Peyton graffiti powers. I mean, you do the graffiti all over,
they can
the
keep
area.
that DLC. I don't want that.
And it would just bring it to a whole nother level. I mean, the game's already beautiful, but can you imagine if you were made out of paint and it was all different colors and there was some sort of karma bomb and just explode and it's just like all over the buildings and it's like on the water and on people and they're like, oh man, what the heck?
And then the dupe comes by and says, well, how did he die? Well, he suffocated on paint juice. It's all in his mouth and his nose. He couldn't breathe.
It would just be so cool. Like in my head, it's amazing. I'm just imagining like paint explosions everywhere and just like.
I'm still let down they didn't add the paper power at the end of Paper Trail.
Yeah,
it was too advanced.
Nice, but I play the Naruto games, so I already know what it's like to have paper powers and stuff like that because there's a character who controls paper. So, but to me, that wouldn't have been as cool as something like water, because I want to see what it looks like on next gen. You know, like what water looks like in next gen with superpowers. It would just be cool to me, like tidal waves pushing cars back.
See,
Like
what you're doing right now is you're still in the thunder from Second Son 2.
Really?
Water power would be awesome, by the way.
Yeah, but they've already done that.
So,
Rock, paper, scissors.
they've already done that.
It's triangle of counterattacks between various powers. Okay, so anyway, that's awesome prediction, by the way.
Thank you. All right, that's my first one.
Round 2. Flip said Santa Monica reveals new God of War, which DMC quickly told me that that's never going to happen. And I said it will release this year. It's not called God of War 4. It'll be another rebranding of the series. And then DMC said Sony announces price drop for the PS4. What was your amount? I remember you said it was like $360.
I said 30, and you said why 30? And I said I was trying to save Sony some money. So we revised that and we said okay, $50 price drop. PS.
All right. My second prediction is new footage of Kingdom Hearts 3, an impossible trailer. The game's probably still in the alpha phase, but I expect footage at, E3.
Awesome.
That would be very cool.
Yep.
Probably an announcement for Remix HD Remix 2.5. Oh, that's
my
coming
third
up?
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay, so lots of Kingdom Hearts predictions. Anyway, round 3.
Why?
Philip said The Last Guardian announced for PS4 comes out next year, 2015. And then DMC followed up with The Last Guardian announced for PS4 comes out next year. So apparently we both had the same thing.
Since you said it fast, maybe nobody heard it, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so I think a new Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 remix trailer will be revealed at E3, and I believe it will show an October 2014 release date. That's what I believe. So another game in October, hopefully.
Don't do that to us. Give us some time to play it.
All right.
I wouldn't be playing anything else. I'd have like Evolve and Shadow of Mordor just like in boxes, in their packaging, and I'd be playing that game constantly. So yes, that's my third prediction.
Round 4, Flip said From Software announces new game, not called Demon Souls 2, like everyone's saying it is, and I don't think it'll be Sony exclusive. But I think they're going to announce something. And that's weird. In round 5, DMC says From Software announces new game, Demon Souls 2 is Sony exclusive.
What?
I don't remember doing this, but apparently you said the exact opposite of what I said. So I'm just going to swap those
Well,
around.
I think I had. You know what it was? We had list, and I think we ended up starting off with
that's
3.
right.
And
That's right.
yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, I do believe just to follow up with that it's absolutely going to be exclusive game to the and not time exclusive. It'll be a forever exclusive to the PS4.
That's right. So I guess it made more sense when we had our list, but now reading it off, it's like because the next one contradicts each other too. So anyway, round 4, Alex, what have we got?
All right, you gotta brace yourself for this. Like, take a deep breath. All right, Little Big Planet 3 trailer, exclusive to PS4, no release date, but it's coming in 2015. That's my prediction. My fourth prediction. I would love to see
Wow.
Little Big Planet 3.
You know what? That's a good thing because I think Little Big Planet 2 came out too soon after Little Big Planet 1. And folks were still living in the world. All the worlds created by Little Big Planet 1. So there's been enough time. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Especially if they make the controls a little bit more simple.
Yeah. So round 5, Flip says Rockstar announces a new game. I think it's gonna be Red Dead, possibly Revolution, because we had Red Dead Revolver, then Red Dead
Yes, you did.
Redemption, and I think this next one should be like Red Dead Revolution. DMC says Rockstar announces new game Agent, which I've heard a lot of talk about this since you've said that. I've heard a lot of talk about this.
It was announced as a Sony exclusive open world GTA type game in 2007. The 2007 E3, and then no one's ever heard about it. And someone asked Jack Tritton about it 2 years ago, and he had a very stern look on his face. Says, "Well, you have to go ask EA." So maybe the talks went down. It's probably not going to be exclusive anymore, but it was always a deal that was cut with Sony. Really looking forward to it. Okay.
Okay. Was that it? All right. So I am predicting that a new Sly Cooper game that is a sequel and a continuation of Thieves in Time, you know, the secret ending and everything. I think we're going to have a trailer. I think it's going to be short and CGI only. I think it's based... What?
Start over. I didn't hear what you said at the beginning.
A new Sly Cooper game.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you know, did you see the secret ending for Thieves in Time, or do you not know about that? Okay. Yeah. Well, I won't say anything else, but I believe it'll be like, continuation from that. So I think there's going to be a trailer, but it's just going to be like CGI, and I think it's going to be short and just show the concept of the game. I think
Sucker Punch is going to be busy at your...
Well, no, they're not
that's what I was just
E3.
I was just going to say that it's going to be by Sanzuru Games again.
Yeah,
Sucker Punch is going to make the next game. So
right.
it's going to be by Sanzuru Games again.
They're officially the new developer for the Sly Cooper games.
Yeah.
Are they the ones who did the trilogy?
Yes. They did, the
Who
trilogy and the PS Vita one, and they also did Thieves in Time.
Oh,
so.
I thought Sucker Punch did Thieves in Time. Really?
No. That was Sanzuru Games.
Okay.
Did a good job, too. Real good job.
They did a great job. And I think it's going to be released on PS4, PS3, and PS Vita, and I believe it will be in 2015, sometime when it releases.
Okay.
So that's my 5th prediction.
Okay. I was looking back through my list, and I realized I said Oculus Rift instead of Project Morpheus. So I meant Project Morpheus will release.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, because I saw your 6th one. It says Morpheus price point. You said it was going to be $150.
I did say that.
You did say that. I think it's going to be twice that. Anyway, I thought Rare was going to announce Perfect Dark for the Xbox One. Because I think Rare needs to do something more exciting than Kinect Sports. And I think it's going to be something along the lines of Banjo-Kazooie. But I would like it to be Perfect Dark. Probably will only be because Microsoft owns Rare, so it's not going to be cross-platform. But
they have to flip. You're actually going to save their lives because they had a.
If I was running the company.
Well, they had a reduction after the announcement of the dismembering of Xbox with the removal of Kinect, because their value and their stock and whatever games they were working on at that particular moment had a downward trajectory of sales, and so they have to rebrand themselves. I think that prediction is pretty awesome.
Hopefully, that'd be pretty cool if it happens. Then you said the Project Morpheus price point for $150, and Alex, what have you got?
Well, similar to DMC's prediction, one of his, I believe we'll get a new The Last Guardian trailer showing off gameplay and story stuff, and I believe it'll release in late 2015. I would love to see more information on that game. It's kind of been in limbo for a long time. So,
yeah. For PS3 or PS4?
PS4.
Okay, that's exactly what I said. That was my 3rd one.
Okay. So.
Cool.
It's my 6th and final prediction.
Yeah, I remember this started as 5, and then through some contradiction we had, that's how we ended up with 6th.
All right.
So, all right. Thank you for reminding me about that, because I would have completely forgotten. And the trophy stat time. So, 529. Here's my trophy card. We're sitting at level 24, 23%, 58 platinums. I think the last platinum I got was Transistor. And now, 4,600 trophies. So I've gotten, 66 trophies? No new platinums, and an increase of 17%.
Good job.
Or 18%, sorry. So.
What are you going to do, Bool, and throw tomatoes at the screen? Because here comes my numbers. They're not good.
You got like one new trophy or something?
Last week you're sitting at 42, 64 trophies, 65 platinums, level 23, 21%. And I have no idea what on earth you were playing. But look at that trophy card. Let's just make it bigger for everybody to see. Cause it's anyway, now you're sitting at 4298 trophies. So you actually had, 35 trophies? Increase of 15% of a level, and one new platinum. What was that platinum? Is it Transistor?
Transistor, yeah.
Okay. Do you see that trophy card?
Do
you have anything to say about that? You still haven't seen it?
It's coming. It has to come through.
What?
Can you see it?
I see. Is it Zumba or something? I have no idea.
Yeah,
what that could possibly be.
Okay, I'll tell you guys. I haven't seen it yet. I still haven't seen it. I want to confirm it. And it should pop in 2 seconds. There it is. Okay. Yeah, guys. I'm sorry. What that's called Kids Just Dance.
Look at the little girl's face. Like,
It's such a weird trophy card.
So what happened was,
can we see you make the pose the little Asian girl's doing?
and you have to do jazz hands.
Oh, yeah, do jazz hands.
So here's what happened, guys. So my daughter likes to do the dance stuff, and I take turns. That's my wife take turns. We do the dance things where, but all we have is Just Dance for regular adults, and we realize they got some pretty raunchy dance moves in those things, right? And I'm like, I don't want my little 8-year-old daughter. Yeah, I think Beyonce is pretty hot, but I don't want her doing those dances, right? So we found Just Dance for kids, and it's pretty benign. They're benign. Those guys are pretty awesome. Okay, I was hoping that you would upload.
What?
I was hoping that you would upload it from tonight, and there would have been a different picture there.
I did. I did that 10 minutes before we started the show.
Dang it! It's my fault.
Maybe you should personalize your trophy card. Make it.
Well, then what's the fun in that? But yeah, I definitely intended to upload something before you saw that.
I actually laughed out loud immediately when that popped up. I typed in your trophy card name, and I was like, "What am I looking at?" I cannot wait till we start the show.
Awesome.
Then we have Alex. I don't have a card from last week, but this week he's sitting at 4,301 trophies. 73 of those are platinums. Level 24, 8%. So he is in the lead of the platinum. So I now have
I actually have a bunch of new trophies. I should have updated my profile before we started.
Oh, it's going to be even better.
Well, not a bunch. Like, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6. But yeah, cool.
Yep. I usually pull up the cards like 10 minutes before the show. So as long as you sync everything like an hour or so before we start,
all right,
then they should reflect on here. So
I got them after that. So.
Mm-hmm. So platinum-wise, I'm at the bottom with 58. DMC's in the middle with 66, and you're at the top with 73, Alex.
Sweet.
So, Alex, out of the trophies that's on your trophy card, which one is the social lubricant?
I got that a long time ago. It's not displaying the first. It's only displaying the previous 8 that I got, and I got that a while back. So, yeah, you're not going to see it. But it's a picture of like, a bottle and like a little glass.
All right, cool.
And trophy level wise, I might not be up there in platinums, but I'm the highest trophy level, 41% of 24.
Yes, you are.
Second is Alex at 8% of 24.
Thanks, Boyle.
DMC is 36% of level 23. So that's our trophy stats. Also, got a question from one of the viewers. Came in sometime this afternoon. I don't remember exactly, but I had it pulled up and now I don't. So that's not going to work. I don't know what's going on. So let me see if I can find it on the app. What? There we go. Kill time while I look this up. Or just be silent. That's fine too.
Oh, kill time. I'm sorry. I can do that. So Alex.
Yes, DMC.
Have you played any of the Dragon Age games in the past?
No, I have not.
All right, so there's a special game out there for $4.99 called Dragon Age Origin.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to jump on that, buddy.
All right. We'll see about that.
ABC90 Cal asks, he says, do you think if there is a difference between the terms trophy hunters and trophy horror? Can you talk about that in the show? So that is his question.
Well, we're trophy chasers, not trophy hunters.
Right. I read that. I was like, what is he saying? So
that's a trophy hunter.
Yeah.
Who wants to take it first?
Go for it.
All right.
I do believe that there is a difference. A trophy horror is kind of like somebody who will do anything for a trophy. Like, go and get Hannah Montana, go play that. And they don't care. They just want to get platinums, or trophies, and raise up their level and stuff like that. And I feel like trophy hunters, they kind of have or trophy chasers, excuse me, they have more of a proud idea of earning trophies. Like, they only get ones that they want to show off, or ones that they really like, not just get whatever they want, you know, or not just play games for trophies.
I think you're there. I think I agree with that because I think here's the thing, man. There's a thin line between love and hate, and there's a thin line between a whore and a chaser. That's what I look at it. And let me just say this: I have platted with great pride CSI. All 6 hours for it, you know. But why did I play this? I have this big giant reward system that I play with myself, and so I think a trophy chaser is diligent enough to go after every single trophy, even if it's a super hard game, which I've done in the past. I do have issues with quick twitch, finger response type games, but I do reward myself for those long, laborious games that take 100 hours to plat, right? And so I don't know, man. I think there is a difference. I think you articulated that. But am I a whore because I want to play Hannah Montana after I platinum Metal Gear Solid 2?
If you're not doing it just to raise your trophy level or doing it just for the trophies, then no. If you're doing it because you like the game and you enjoy the game, then you are not a trophy.
So you just called me a whore, Alex.
I did. You are a trophy whore indeed, yes.
If
that's your reasoning, I don't know. I mean,
after I do a stake of a game, right? And so Metal Gear Solid 4 was considered a 10 out of 10 platinum rating. Metal Gear Solid 2 is considered a 9 out of 10 platinum rating. I am probably about 4 hours from platinum that game because I'm doing the virtually impossible trophy. I think I deserve dessert. It's dessert, man. Man, what'd you think, Flip?
What'd you say?
So what do you think?
I agree with you in the sense that there is a very fine line between a trophy chaser and the trophy whore. My opinion is actually what Cody had just said in chat like 2 seconds ago. To me, the trophy whore just tries to get from point A, starting the game, to finish the game, doesn't care about the story, skips all the cutscenes, ignores all the clues or all the like content of the game, doesn't care about any of that. That's the trophy whore. Whereas opposed to the trophy chaser, almost the same thing, still is going for the same trophies, but actually takes the time to enjoy the game, get invested, take some time to learn the characters, figure out the game, and isn't just following the guide trying to get through the game as quick as possible and on to the next one.
That's kind of what you were saying too,
Alex, right? I kind of agree with that. I mean, I feel like his is a little bit more elaborate. Like,
well, I did have more time to think about the answer too.
So yes, I guess essentially we are saying the same thing, but I like his answer more because he is right. I mean, there are people like that who just don't care about the game and they're really just playing it for the trophies. I mean, it's kind of bizarre when you think about it. So they will skip the cutscenes. I mean, that's terrible, and I guess that's what you would call a trophy whore.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to skip any cutscenes because I feel like I'm cheating myself out of the game.
Neither. I mean, it's like you got the game. Why?
A good example of this is there's one trophy in a little indie game that came out a couple months ago called Master Reboot, which I still haven't played. I still haven't finished, but you can get the platinum in 4 hours, but one of the trophies requires you to play the entire game in a different language. No idea why that's a requirement for a trophy, but all the cutscenes will be in that language. There's no subtitles, so you have no idea what's going on. I think it's Finnish is the
I have a guess.
Play. Why?
I think it's because it's like they put so much work putting them in there that it's like, okay, well, we might as well have people do it for a trophy.
Isn't Master Reboot that game where they're stuck underneath ground, some cats from Russia, and you have to get them out or something like that? It's like a dig dug game or something like that.
No, it's like a sci-fi survival horror.
Oh, Ixnay or that. I don't want to play that.
Yeah.
Not in a different language either. All right, so anyway, so what's the moral of the story? Both of you guys are calling me a whore because I like dessert. I'm sad.
Well, platinum guacamole.
I never called you a whore. I don't think that. You still play those games. You like them.
I'll tell you what, I still hold to it. Hannah Montana will be played and platted as soon as I finish Metal Gear Solid 2. And at the same breath, within the same week, so that as soon as people are like, yo, I can't believe you did that, Darren, that was so awesome, DMC, then, you know, it kind of buffers the whole Hannah Montana thing. That's my plan.
Whenever you start, I've got it right here too.
Tisk,
Ready to
tisk,
go.
tisk.
Oh, yo.
Oh, he got it for you.
I've never put it in the console, but I've got it. I saw it at GameStop for like
Don't put it in.
$1.99.
That's
Oh,
when
no.
you've crossed the threshold.
No. It's called a cherry on top of a hard wheat.
All right.
Whoa.
So,
Cody just took it to a new level.
what do you say?
We didn't call you trophy yards. We just told you what we think they are. And if you feel like you fit that criteria, then I mean, you're kind of calling yourself one, right?
I don't know about that. Hey, but I am a let's say I am a carnivore of many flavors of games. How about that? Is that a more appropriate way to say it?
But you're playing it because it's easy. You're
No,
not playing it
it's dessert,
because
man. It's called reward. It's called competition.
all right. I'll think
What's the
about it.
longest game? Flip, I don't want to monopolize any of the time that you have, but one question when it's all done: what's the longest game you ever took to plat?
The Witch and the Hundred Knight.
Yes, I know that. I saw you go through that. That was labor intensive. What about you, Alex?
Me personally, it's hard to say. I feel like it's Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, in the HD collection, just because there's an incredible amount of grinding and an incredible amount of luck. And
Would you consider that 120 plus, 150 plus hours?
oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a trophy whore and just skipping cutscenes.
Well, I don't even know if you can skip the cutscenes.
Even with that,
because of the
though,
grind.
I feel like it would exceed 120 or 150 hours.
How do you feel when you done 2 grindy games in a row? Where you dumped in 100 plus games in a row?
If I did, I didn't do it purposely, and if I haven't, I didn't do it consciously.
All right, so here's the thing. I put in 270 hours into Dark Souls 1. I put in just underneath $150, maybe $170 into Dark Souls 2.
How are you tracking this? Why do you hate Dark Souls 2 so much more than Dark Souls 1 then?
Because Dark Souls 2 required Dark Souls 1 required 2 playthroughs, but you didn't have to go through the whole second playthrough, if I remember. You just lived in that world and you accomplished things. The amount of times Dark Souls 2 make you have to complete the game is what made me hate it. And it was the design decision, I guess. But the point is that when you put that much time into a game and it's grindy upon grindy, sometimes you feel like you just need to get through something quick, right? So Soul Sacrifice was brought up by ABC. It's much like Tukiden. Tukiden is a 250 plus hour game to plat.
Soul Sacrifice isn't that long.
Is it? Well, okay. Well, it's not. That's a good thing. But the recommendation, well, anyway, the point is that after something like that, you almost feel like you have to reward yourself with something quick, right? Yeah. At least that's what I do.
I have the same mentality. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so in a sense, we're all ladies of the night. Is what you're saying, Alex.
I never said I was a whore. I never said any of us were a whore. I don't know why we keep saying that.
You're really upset about that, dude.
Are we skipping the cutscenes? We're actually enjoying the games. We're not just going for.
What you're saying is
number
I'm a
boosts.
person. Is what you're saying. Flip.
I never said that.
It's okay.
I never said that.
No, I'm just messing around, guys.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, but I'm just messing around. But yeah, I am. Yeah, I am actually, on a truthful note, looking forward to playing Hannah Montana. And I'm holding you accountable, Flip, to follow that plat up with your own very Hannah Montana plat.
I'm ready for you to put it in. We're gonna race through the game.
Oh, really?
And then you're gonna play another game to hide that game.
Then I have to make sure I get your card with Hannah Montana.
Definitely.
It's gonna be the quickest
Update
change.
your profile as soon as possible.
Yeah. Awesome.
You guys have anything else to add before we take off?
Wow, man, looking forward to E3. Guys, gosh, have your phones ready. I am really going to be hopefully I'm not in meetings all day Monday, but any crazy news, I will be very happy to get text I'm probably going to be following Twitter as best I can. My office building is just horrible from a reception perspective. But looking forward to getting back with you guys at 9 o'clock. So we can, or at least on my side, so we can enjoy the Sony E3 show. Really looking forward to it.
Same here.
So Monday, I don't remember exactly what time they go live, but as soon as the Microsoft conference starts, hopefully it doesn't have the hour delay that it had last year. But as soon as it goes live, I'll be streaming the conference here on twitch.tv/Fliptriq. I'll be doing it all day, the entire E3, every conference. DMC will join as soon as he can. Alex, did you say you're going to stop by?
Yes, I can definitely stop by.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So he'll be in the stream as well. You guys are
Hopefully with a new camera.
Hopefully with a new camera. So if you guys want to watch the stream with us, just feel free to swing by, interact with us in the chat. It'll be a fun experience, I think. So
See
we'll be
all of
streaming
our
day.
predictions come true.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll play a little game and see who wins that.
Who gets the most predictions right?
Yep, of course. That's the reason we did it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What happens? What does the winner get?
I don't know.
All of us have to, the losers have to stick up our thumb like this and says, good job.
They get a
to whoever
little,
the
they get a
winners.
little crown icon above their avatar in the
The winner gets
layout.
the winner gets a game of their choosing.
They get a gold
From
trophy.
who? Do I have to purchase this game?
Well, a game from both people.
Wow.
Wow, high stakes.
Yeah, high stakes. Yeah, any game.
Wow. I do have, I think I still have CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. that I can send you.
No thanks.
Yeah, we'll be doing that all day Monday. And the regular show will be back on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. You can follow us all of us on Twitter. Mine is at Fliptriq. DMC's at DMC_123. I don't think Alex has a Twitter.
No.
Is that correct? You don't have a Twitter?
No, you can just add me on the PlayStation Network, AlexWolfe4.
Yeah, or you can add us on PSN. All of our names are displayed right there on the screen. Thank you, ABC, for the questions you submitted. If anybody has any other questions they'd like to submit, you can do that through PSN. You can do that through Twitter. You can do that through the Twitch message system. However you want to get it to us. Those are always fun. We enjoyed that question. So.
And before we go out, I just want to steal ABC's E3 prediction, Gravity Rush 2.
Oh, dude, that was already announced, wasn't it? There was a trailer
that has
last
been
year.
announced. Yep.
What? How did I miss this?
What? How did you miss the trailer, dude?
ABC, you're the greatest predictor ever.
Yeah, that's already been announced.
Yeah, guys, go on YouTube and type in Gravity Rush 2. You're gonna see a Japanese trailer.
Yep.
This is what happens when you live underneath a rock. Okay. Awesome.
All right. Well, y'all take it easy. Thanks for checking out the show. Look forward to seeing you on Monday. If you aren't able to make it, I look forward to seeing you on Thursday, where we'll recap everything that we went over. So, thank you all for watching. Y'all have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.